Yo, what's up? Welcome to Chocolate Cowboys. It's your
Another
boy.
episode, another day, another episode. Thank you to all the people that said really nice stuff, dude. I think we have a couple fans. We got a couple people that really want to hear what we have to say about.
For sure.
About
And for all the people who didn't like it, thank you for keeping it to yourselves.
Yeah, we
That
actually
was
got
appreciated.
no negative feedback so far, which is kind of crazy. But
I'd love to hear a little bit of negative feedback. That would be fun.
I think you like to debate. You like to get into it.
I do.
You like to get into the heat of things,
Yeah.
which is good. It's good to have.
It's for the
Totally
love of the
opposite.
game.
Huh?
It's for the love of the game, dude.
Love of the game. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, dude. So I think the next thing we need is a theme song. We need a little bit of a intro track. That's I definitely just picked the first file that I had on my computer and just tried to turn it into
You had
something.
that file natively on your computer?
Yeah, so if I explain the context, it's just going to get real boring real fast.
Okay.
I just happened to have that song
Okay.
on there, and it was the first file I saw that was an MP3. And
I
then
like it.
Kind of edited it a little bit so that we didn't get a copyright thing, and I think we survived that. But
Okay, nice.
it was lame. It was lame, but like we needed a little quick
No,
little
I liked
intro.
it. I liked it.
But
But what would our song be?
I think we need to make one. I think
We
we
need to
gotta
make one?
I think we should sing one right now.
From a little beat?
I think that we should sing a little country Chocolate Cowboys.
Oh my god, that was...
I need you to drop that track, drop that heat for me on the spot.
Where are we going with this?
Just
Where are you trying...
freestyle it.
What are you trying to get
Let
me
me
to
get
do?
a little. You want me to play you a note?
Sure, yeah. I don't know too many country songs to be able to go off of. Here, let me. Okay, I got one.
Yeah, you got one. Freestyle it.
All right. I'll do long neck, but that one.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do it that,
okay,
but
okay.
replace it. Okay.
Remix.
Yeah. Okay, ready. I got it. All right. Brown skin, short dick, cowboys never broke my heart. Why'd I go short dick right away?
It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast where the good times always last. So grab your white monster and watch them ponder. It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast. A couple of buddies who think they're funny. Are they brothers or do they have feelings for each other? It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast.
Dude. That's a
Use
20,
it for
2305. We'll mark that, dude.
Let's
Just
go,
like-
baby. Yeah, we're on it. We're on it.
We're on it. Yeah, the reason I said 2305 is because we're actually 23 minutes into this podcast because we tried to start it a few times.
Bro, it was concerning. We got very gay very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll just, you know what? We get 1 million likes on this video.
Get out of
We'll
here.
release the real for the real beginning.
If we get 10,000, we'll release the beginning. Holy
Dude,
shit.
100 likes.
Yeah, no, but it is concerning. I have to preface to my fiance a lot of the times I talk to you because it gets wild.
Yeah, I think that's always just kind of been our bit or whatever, and it's just what's kept us.
Is it a bit?
Having a. It's just what's kept us having a friendship this whole time, dude. But it's nice, yeah, man. I don't know. It's yeah. A lot of people replied that like I haven't like heard from in like a few years, but they both know us. And I think, do you think some people were surprised that we're still friends?
I think so.
I think they were like, whoa, like people from high school, like, you know, kept in touch. But I think we were friends since we were kids, like way before high school.
Yeah,
too.
dude, the
Like,
first time we met, you put your fingers up my ass.
first of all, that didn't
That's
happen.
exactly the way it happened.
First of all, that didn't happen. It was you. You did some Naruto thing to me.
Okay,
I've never
he came
even
up right
seen it.
behind me. I was with our mutual friend talking, and he happened to live across the street. He came over. We took Taekwondo together like twice. He came up behind me, did the 1,000 years of pain, stuck his fingers up my
It's
ass.
actually crazy that you always tell the story as if I was the one who did it. You did that.
What is happening right now?
And you've actually admitted to being the one who did that multiple times.
I think this is the
You just-
definition of gaslighting. I think this is the
It's
definition
just
of...
so funny that you say that. We could call him and ask him right now, and he would say that it was you because it was you. I didn't know what that was until you did it to me. It's the only reason that I knew it, but I don't know why you love telling the story like I was the one who did that.
That might be the case. That might be the
I
case.
don't know why.
But it's more fun to like see you squirms.
I just get confused every time. You tell the story to people that know how you are and how I am, and they don't believe you for a second. It was so, yeah, dude. I need to. I don't know. You're a funny guy.
He just found a warm place to put his hands. That's all it was. It's cold time in Canada.
All right, man. Yeah, no, it's funny. You're a strange guy. Do you feel like you rub people the wrong way generally, or
Yeah,
most
probably.
of the time you like get along with people?
I get along with most people, but I
Yeah.
like I like rubbing a lot of things the wrong way. A lot of
And the
people
right
wrong
way. No, that's good. That's funny because like you have this weird thing that you do where you like want to be cool. Like we always
Dude, I
get
am
into
cool.
this,
I'm the coolest guy you know.
and it's so weird.
Dude, you're such a nerd, bro. You play WWE. Come
know,
on, who
dude.
does that?
And I'm
Not
cool,
even
yeah.
UFC.
That's fine, dude. Yeah, I do all those things, but I don't know what got in your head where you're like, I need to call out how cool other people are. But it's like we're straight up just like doing the most like weird dorky shit anyways.
No, I'm a huge dork. I'm a huge
And
dork.
it's so funny, like you randomly like, I just want to remind everybody that like I could build a house if I wanted to. Like, it's like, dude, shut up and split this freezy with me. Dude. Just, what are you doing? Why are you doing the most
Splitting a
right now?
freezy with another man is the most intimate act you can do with anybody. That's insane.
Both ends of the freezy.
Sucking a freezy from both ends is crazy.
And it's in that moment where you gotta like prove how manly you are. Put this back in your mouth, dude.
I'll be 2 sucks and it up. I could build a house.
You're like, I would vote for Trump if I could. To be honest.
Yeah, you gotta do one thing that's you gotta balance it out. It's all about yin yang.
Dude, I don't know. Like with your other friends, because I almost never see you interact with your other friends. Are you still like this, or do you like?
Dude, I'm like this everywhere.
Do you feel like you're like you actually do kind of like filter yourself, and you do try to be a little cooler around them?
No, I'm like this everywhere. I was literally had a conversation with people I work with, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Dude, some of the things Gersh says, if regular people said it, it'd be insane.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when Gershon says it,
Just no one's surprised. Or
no one's surprised."
Yeah. Do you feel like? And sorry to like psychoanalyze you. Do you feel like when you were a kid, like when you were younger, you were like a little bit of the butt of the joke? So you kind of like have these random like bursts where you're like, just by the way, I also am like a man or whatever. Like, do you feel like that happens? Like where you kind of have to always kind of fight off your back in like conversations with people because people kind of like attacked you a lot. So like it's kind of always there.
No,
Because for me, having known you our whole lives, I always think it's really weird when it comes up when you randomly, because I'm always the one that's like identifying it, and everyone's like, yeah, dude, why the hell is Gershon acting like that all of a sudden? Like when you're randomly like trying to be like an asshole or something, I'm like, dude, like no one's arguing with you right now. Like you're like I don't know, it's funny. Like I feel like you've caused like problems with people when you've done that in the past. Like you get like randomly like do like a personal attack on someone like in the conversation, and then they take offense, and I was like, dude, like, what do you stop, dude? Like, what are you doing right now?
No, I think it's because I think a girl might be listening, and I have to be cool. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just always found it weird. It's a wrong time to ask you about that and like kind of bring it up. But like, I was like thinking that the other day when we were like, when I called you out about it before, I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, where is this coming from? Like, everyone loves you here, dude. Like, everyone, we're all friends.
well, I don't know. You might go for milk too, bro. Like that might happen, bro. That might happen.
No, it's funny, dude. No,
Yeah, no, I do it because I think like sometimes maybe a girl might be listening,
Yeah.
and I just have to. I want to be cool, so I gotta, change it up every
cool
once
it
in a
up.
while.
Yeah. Definitely only done that in settings.
No, but
guys.
it's like
Maybe you're trying to remember guys.
maybe I gotta look into myself a little bit more, bro.
I
We gotta stop talking about gay stuff.
No, and like not.
I'm gonna convince myself.
No, like
okay?
I'm saying, like in like a setting maybe where there's like really manly men around. I feel like you amp it up a little bit.
Definitely not. I go the other way.
Do you?
Oh, totally. Like at my construction, like I used to work construction at every like Wednesday they have like breakfast in the morning at like Ricky's or something.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to like make jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like Yeah,
That's good. That's
that
good.
was
Yeah.
that was what I was doing then. I was trying to make people laugh. I was trying to do that.
I just like because it's funny we talked about therapy.
To be honest,
thing
you
now,
just
but-
make me uncomfortable, bro. Because every once in a while you'll be like, "You're victim weight. I could get you if I really wanted to." So now I'm like, "Oh my god!"
But those are things I whisper to you intimately. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to, I could carry you out of this building right now.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. if the building was burning down and a firefighter came to pick me up, I'd be like, "Nah, let me die, bro."
Why?
No,
you feel emasculated?
Yeah, 100%.
This is the stuff I'm talking about.
I will jump
don't
out the
need to
window
do
before a firewoman could carry me out. That would be fine. But a fireman, no way, bro. A big strong man comes and grabs you and picks you up and takes you away. You don't feel something? Come on, bro.
I think you're afraid of what you'll feel. I think you'll
We
look
gotta
at
stop talking about this because I'm gonna convince myself. Okay, this is a problem. My fiance is already concerned.
You're just like always about to come out. Like every conversation, you're like, dude, this needs to stop right now. We need to talk about some girls right now, otherwise I'm gonna become gay.
Dude,
That's not a thing. Dude. Like you already are. No. The point I was trying to make is that I feel like I still like I have to like check myself. Like I still do things where I'm like, okay, wait, I'm not like a 4 foot like little Indian boy, and everyone's telling me that I smell like
But
curry.
I am a 4 foot
No,
Indian
you're
boy.
not,
that
dude. That's what I'm
smells
trying to
like
say. Is you're not, dude. You're not. Dude. That's what I'm trying to identify. Is like, I feel like sometimes you forget where you're at. You're with people that
No,
love
for
you
sure.
or whatever. Like,
Well, everyone functions out of like that place where they're like a scared kid, right? So that's
Yeah.
kind of like the baseline. Which
yeah,
everyone
which maybe
does
like you
everything
hear
out of.
something that's like immediately relates back to that. So like your reaction is like more like that rather because like I feel like sometimes like I feel like I'm a little bit confrontational, but like which is weird because like compared to you I'm not like compared to you I'm like let's just all get along or whatever. But like I feel like in like work settings I've been like I'll take offense to something and I'll be like, oh fuck you, dude, like fucking like now I got like what am I trying to prove? Like I could have just let that guy say whatever he wants and like kind of move on. But like there's something in me where I'm like this must have bothered me in the past where right now I'm like I'm getting angry about this. And like thankfully it's only been around people who were kind of like also like like whoa, why'd you react like that? Because like I don't want to get punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also don't think I take it that far where like you're trying to fight people or something
No,
like
I
that.
don't think you do.
But like I do
physical
think
violence.
like I think like sometimes like I get sensitive about certain things. I'm kind of like, wait a second, dude. I'm like 6 feet tall when I wear shoes. So I could take a deep breath. You know what I mean, dude? Like, no, that's funny. No, it's just like it's weird. That therapy conversation we had, dude, has been making me think about like all the things I could talk about if I went to therapy. I'm never gonna go.
No, definitely not. No, dude.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
Therapy
dude,
might be worse than getting carried out by a firefighter.
stop, bro.
I'm kidding. Go to therapy. Do your therapy.
Yeah, do your thing. And
Be happy.
Gershon just doesn't want to go to a guy therapist because he might fall in love.
Yo, bro, come on. There's a lot I got to figure out right now.
Actually, you might, based on what you said, you probably shouldn't have a girl therapist because you're either like not talking about your problems because you want to impress her. You're like, dude, it's so hard to be like so jacked all the time, dude. I don't know what I need to spend my money on. Like, when you're at the therapist, like people don't have these problems. No, but that's cool, man. But I'm glad we're doing the pod thing. It's something I definitely look forward to it all week.
Definitely.
I definitely do. And like stand up. I know the last pod I said we were gonna go do stand up and we never did, which is disappointing, but I'm hoping we actually go tomorrow.
Yep.
Last time we said tomorrow and then we didn't. Tomorrow, 100%?
Hundo P.
Will you drive?
Yes.
Okay, solid.
Yes. Costco gas is. I'm getting Costco gas, so we'll be gassed up, ready to go.
Hell yeah. Love to
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
Love to hear it.
A lot of things happening nowadays. Lots of moving things, moving pieces that we need to keep the Chocolate Cowboys.
Yeah, we gotta stay up to date.
advised on.
Yeah, we gotta stay up to date on everything, dude.
Yeah.
Like we're Canadian. We got a new prime
Canada.
minister.
We do. So he's not officially,
Oh, he's not?
Well, he's not officially like inaugurated, or I don't know what they call that, but like he isn't sworn in. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of comments. People are like, well, this is exactly what Canada's become. It's like we have a new prime minister and none of us voted for him. But I mean, I feel like that's maybe a little bit of an ignorant take that people have because we, technically the party wins, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, yeah. So technically in Canada, what you do is you vote for the party. You don't.
Yeah.
But the person that leads the party is the face of the party.
Right.
So
it definitely has an effect on it.
If you have a bad leader, the party doesn't get a lot of light, vice versa. Yeah. So, I mean, in one sense, yeah, we didn't vote for the prime minister. In another sense, a lot of people are not happy with the Liberals, not happy with Justin Trudeau, and him kind of stepping down and not, the Parliament not pushing for a non-confidence vote was something that a lot of people were upset about.
Yeah.
And give a lot of slack to the people who aren't on the Liberals for not being on the side of like the majority of Canadians who want that. So, yeah. I mean, the frustration is from a real place.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah,
that makes sense. It's just but based off a couple things that I'm seeing, maybe you can elaborate on. Is he actually like cutting carbon tax?
Yeah, so we don't actually know a whole lot of what Mark Carney's wanting to do, who is the new Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah.
He will be as soon as he's sworn in, but yeah. I don't know, it's been interesting. So Mark Carney's background, it might help to understand that. Yo, Ayla's going to eat this camera thing, bro.
All good. She just wants to be in the pod.
I know. I'm terrified that Ayla might eat me most of the times.
No, dude, she's the friendliest dog ever.
That's what you say while she's literally gobbling down this thing, dude. Do you see this?
She's not eating the... Oh, is she?
She's literally eating the thing, bro.
It's definitely something else's blood. Anyways.
There's still a lot of confidence to me that she's not going to eat me.
She didn't eat you. She clearly ate someone else. It's all good. Anyways, moving on, dude. We're talking about politics. Okay, I don't know what tax. I feel like maybe I made like a really stupid point and said it was carbon tax. But I just saw a random clip where he was talking on a microphone. He said he was cutting some kind of tax. Do you know what he said? You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. No, I mean, not a lot of people know about what he's going to do as prime minister. He hasn't really made his platform very clear.
Okay.
I think he's just going to do. I mean, this is me personally, but he probably will just do a lot of the stuff he's like the party's been doing.
Which is not cutting carbon tax.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, so his background, he's like a finance guy, finance bro. More than he is the finance man. Like he was the head of the Bank of Canada. He was the head of the Bank of UK. He's worked in a lot of higher positions. He actually was the head of the Bank of Canada when Stephen Harper was in Parliament, and he helped navigate the 2008-2009 recession, which Canada did pretty well. Kind of off the back of our housing market, but that's neither here or there. But he kind of helped that situation, and then he was also in some sort of financial leadership at the Bank of Canada during the like COVID years. So he kind of like helped navigate that. But one thing he has been super like a big proponent of is making sure that climate issues are like front and center wherever he goes. Yeah. So when he was like the head of the Bank of the UK, he was always pushing for like making sure climate functions are taken care of when they're like making their budgets and stuff like that. Okay. And so
I think not cutting the carbon tax.
Based on that, he's not cutting any carbon taxes.
Must have been like some type of income tax or something like that. He must have been saying something. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
we should have done our research, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening in Canada. We got a new prime minister. What likely will happen is they will push a non-confidence vote, and I think they're gonna get some support around the parliament with that stuff, and then we'll see what happens after that. We'll go to a general election, and it's gonna be between Poilievre and Carney.
Poilievre, is that his name?
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre. Yeah. last name was pronounced differently.
How you pronounce it?
I don't know. I just thought maybe it was spelled differently. I've only ever read it.
Well, take a swing.
No, I thought the Pierre part was like a part of his last name, or like I in my head his last name had R's in it. I don't know.
You've just seen his full
I've just
name
seen it
and
written
been like,
down,
this
dude.
is his last name. Fully?
Yeah, dude, just in the back of my head. No, but that's interesting because it's like now that like with the tariffs and everything, like what's going on with that?
Yeah, so Carney's whole stance on the whole thing was just like dealing with the Trump issue for Canadians. So he won the Liberal vote that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tariffs are happening, not happening. It kind of changes every day. As of right now, when we're recording the podcast, which is, I don't know what day it is today. March 10th. The tariffs have been postponed till April 2nd.
Yeah.
And most of the imports that are coming in, mostly just automotive stuff. Few goods and services here, energy, oil, that's lumber, that sort of thing. That's all getting passed through. So, yeah, there's been a lot of lobbying in the States to like not have those tariffs because it would be super expensive in the States to have that come over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Something I didn't know is Canada provides like 56% of like all exported oil to the States.
Oh, wow.
Like we are a majority stakeholder in that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They invaded a whole country and they still have to get to us for their oil.
That's crazy. Oh shit. I didn't. Yeah. See, it's like it's certain things like that. I think we talked about last time. It's like we don't really know what's going on like a larger scale. No. Kind of only know the things that immediately affect us. And yeah, it's just interesting. I want to be able to believe that like we live in a country that can compete as far as like having a global effect like as much as like the U.S. does. But it just like ever since Trudeau, it just feels like we're laughed at. You know what I mean? Like if you ever hear, like American podcasts that are like maybe the ones we listen to that are more like, Trump supportive and stuff like that, they're obviously going to be way against Trudeau. Like the way they talk about us is crazy. It's interesting. I was like on the, on Flagrant, like the Andrew Schultz podcast, they were talking about how like the representation of like a Democrat man, like or our liberal man here, like the equivalent is just like there's no like masculinity associated with it. Yeah. So it's so hard to like for like I guess like a more like traditional guy to be like, oh, like I'm a Democrat or I'm a liberal, and then like Stephen A. Smith from the NBA analyst guy, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's apparently gonna run for a Democrat. They were like, finally, dude, some masculinity because no one's gonna say anything about him, his masculinity or anything like that. It's kind of just changing the association between us. But I'm like, because of that association, and then to have someone like Trudeau and then live in a country that's like way more liberal, it's like there's like nothing scary or powerful associated with Canada right now.
Dude, Trudeau used to box though. He boxed. Bro.
He boxed once. He was in one boxing match against another politician. He wasn't a boxer.
Dude, he boxed though.
You could probably kick his ass,
dude. I would love to see Trudeau in a boxing match. I'd love to see that happen. Yeah. Trump Trudeau boxing match. I think we can make that happen if we really tried.
I think I would have no desire to see that.
I would put
There's
my money
so
down.
many things we got to do as a country before we put up our ex-prime minister up against Trump in a boxing match.
I think Trump might win that one.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk can give him some like bionic arms or some shit. You know what I mean? Or like like Jeff Bezos will give him whatever test he's on.
Jeff Bezos is looking swole. Bro. He's looking hunky, dude.
Little HGH, little test.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. Jeff Bezos is a big guy. Yeah. Is he big?
He's like bigger than he was before. I don't fucking know.
We're journalists, guys.
Yeah, we're obviously
journalists.
No, but okay. So, well, let me ask you this. So, like, what can we do to try and get better as a country? What can we do to make the lives of a Canadian person actually easier? Like, what is the platform that Polyev stands on? Like, is that what we need?
Bro, I have a diploma, dude. I don't know what you want me to say.
You're our political analyst.
I'm the political analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, dude. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, carbon tax is making everything super expensive, so there's that. I mean, we're not really taking advantage of our natural resources as much as we probably could.
Yeah.
Even though we, like, export a lot of natural resources out anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there's probably a bunch of different things we can do from like a party perspective. The Conservatives probably have some good ideas. The Liberals probably have some good ideas. I think the issue is like coming up in this election, it's really just like it's like a kind of a feels thing, right? Who's going to be the guy that Canadians feel like can have a positive impact? Right now, it's been Poilievre for a long time. People feel like he was the right guy, but since Carney took over the party, there's a good chance, like as far as polling goes right now,
Yeah.
the Liberals, like it would be a close election.
So, and then this again, because I don't know anything about politics, that could be a super ignorant question. Do we vote on individual policies, or do we only we vote for the person in the federal election, and then after that, it's the policies they implement that we're subject to?
Yeah, it depends. Like, so the way Canada's set up, we have a provincial and federal system.
Yeah.
The provinces take care of a lot of things that pertain to like infrastructure and healthcare within the provinces.
But even then, do we vote on those policies, or do we just vote on?
No, we generally
our
speaking,
elected government?
Yeah, vote on an elected government.
So why don't we just vote on policies?
Because, I mean, the people who vote in an election is already like very minuscule. Like, it's not a lot of people who vote in elections.
Yeah.
So then you distill it down to policy. I don't know. We just don't do that. I know some places in the States does it, but not even like
it doesn't work.
Like not that it doesn't work. It's just the people who come out to vote. But like not all states do that either, right? So it just depends.
The way I see it is, I feel like people care about certain things. So again, it's like this is such an ignorant view. People who actually understand it are probably gonna be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. But like the way I see it is like, okay, a lot of people don't vote. You know what I mean? But a lot of people might care about something really specific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's say like, this is hard to come up with an example on the spot, but like, like let's say like we do want to have a vote on, what we want to do about homelessness, right? Like, so this is like, say we're voting on policy in BC, right? Yeah. Because there's definitely some pockets of places that have a homelessness problem, like Vancouver, or probably in like Prince George as a, there's like wherever there's like a denser population, there's probably homelessness. So say like, rather than like, okay, we just voted for the Liberals and now we voted for Liberals, so whatever they do, we're just going to do that about homelessness. So let's say we voted in whatever government, or we don't have one in this scenario. But now they're saying like, okay, we want to decide a policy and how much we want to pay for that policy as far as homelessness. Like, what do we want to do? Do we want to, have more, like safe injection clinics, or do we want to just remove everything and kind of like let people fend for themselves because, we don't care as much as because like, essentially what I'm thinking is that most people don't care, and they're just kind of like saying they're going to do something and then they just don't do it, or they do a half-assed version of it, or whatever the case is. So let's say you could vote specifically of how you want the operation to go. So say like, you have two options, and you can go in this more kind of conservative direction of, funding it less, or you can go in the more liberal direction of like wanting to fund more towards it. And then the people who actually care about that issue will vote on it. You know what I mean? Like the people who are genuinely like, I think that we're wasting money on this, or I think that we need to put more money towards this, so we're going to vote on this. And so that's the thing that gets affected, rather than so many other things being affected just because you voted for one government. Does that make sense?
I totally understand what you said.
Yeah.
I zoned out completely.
Oh.
So.
Why?
No idea. You're essentially just describing an election. Like, that's just an election. Yeah. Like the parties will just talk about the things that are important and be like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's important to people. Vote on these topics. Like the last provincial election we had, a lot of it was based on safety.
Yeah.
And like the Conservatives almost won because a lot of people feel the way that we've done things doesn't work anymore.
Right.
The NDP still won because we got a lot of soy boys in the province, but
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that like, let's say like it's like they didn't talk about what the BC government wants to do about like guns, for example. Like maybe they want to have a different. I mean, in Canada,
they're federal.
In Canada, it's like more federal. Like whereas in like the States, state by state, kind of different. But like, I think like like let's say it's like on an issue that maybe wouldn't be discussed, but now it's something they can make a decision on. Like, I'm just saying it would be interesting to have the option to vote on that specifically, because then the people who actually feel like it affects them can vote on that.
Yeah, probably.
And not feel like they're just subject to it for the next 4 years or whatever to whatever the government decides.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like the
But
NDP,
I mean, like, obviously that's such a simple, very like general, like, you know, proposition that it's probably been discussed and it's probably been, you know, debunked.
to be honest, politicians and government is just like, it's like a class assignment, right? Like you say you're going to do a bunch of stuff and then you just never do it.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's like I was teasing you. I was like, yeah, I'll edit a bunch of reels, and then I just never did, right? Like that's essentially government. Yeah, I hit a nerve there, didn't I? Yo, we might have to turn this podcast off for a second, bro. That's essentially government.
Yeah.
I could be a politician.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna really work on not being, you know, passionate.
Yo, chill, bro.
Yeah, don't forget, I can fucking kill you if I wanted to. I could fucking carry you and throw you off the balcony right now.
I would.
Don't say something gay to try and diffuse the situation right now, because I actually have a bone to pick with you about this.
I would use you like a bowling ball in all of your holes.
That's gay.
That's not gay. That's a threatening thing to say to somebody.
Dude, it's turning me on. No. Okay.
That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Anyways. Okay, no. But seriously, so being one of my most like anti-liberal friends. I'm
not anti-liberal. I'm actually very like.
You actually have changed over time, but being like, as far as like work ethic goes, you have never really got along with like super lazy people. Let's be real about that. The people that we've known in life that kind of just like,
I hate it.
Yeah, you've been the type of guy work multiple jobs. You know what I mean? Like, you really try to take care of your loved ones and everything like that. You take care of your family. I know that about you. So I would have just never imagined you to be lazy. Like,
okay,
that's the crazy
filmed
thing.
the podcast on a Sunday, and then Monday you were texting me like, "Where are all the reels? Where are the reels?"
That's not what happened. I just made them. The only thing I was pissed about on Tuesday was like you just didn't repost anything. So you said it was because you want to edit them a different way. And I said, all right, man, you know what? You should take over this. So let's see what you do until Friday, and then let's revisit like what the division of responsibility on Friday. Saturday morning, you didn't do anything. So
I dropped the ball on this. I dropped the ball on this. I understand.
I know. I just want them to understand. Is your reasoning was honestly like I didn't like the way it looked, so I just didn't do it. I just, in a million years, of all the people I could have started this podcast with, there's a lot of complacent fucking losers that I've talked to about wanting to do a podcast. They're like, oh, that'd be a sick idea. But in my head, I'm like, you would never help me with anything. Never in a million years would I have thought you would do that.
Bro, we're a week and a half in. Just give me time to change.
Where you were like, oh, like this thing is not working, so I'm just not going to do it. Or even call me to fucking ask about it.
Yeah, but if I call you, we'll start flirting, bro. Then we don't get anything done.
Don't try to change the subject now. That's just what really pissed me off, because I'm like, you and I have talked about doing a podcast for a fucking decade now. I've had this equipment, and we finally upgraded the mics thanks to you. That's something you did. I'll fucking recognize that. You know what I mean?
Bro, what is happening? Am I having a conversation with my fiance right
now?
No,
listen. So I was just like, no, Gershon fucking cares about this. Like, Gershon's like, you know, like you were the one who fucking took me to see the comedy show. You're like, dude, we need to do stand up. Like, we need to do a podcast. So I was like, there's just no way. So all I'm saying is the only bone I have to pick with you is when I said, let me just do the editing stuff. Why didn't you just fucking agree?
Because I don't want you to have to do everything.
All I need you to do...
It comes from a good place.
I'll just take more of a fucking, like, directorial role where you're like, hey, I kind of want the clip to look this way, and then I'll do it.
Sure.
That's it. Because you still have an effect on it where you're like, okay, I want this to kind of creatively go that way, and I'll try and do my best to match it. And then once we actually eventually have a fucking sponsor or some shit, we'll hire an editor to just make it amazing. Can we just do that?
We'll talk about this. Yeah. But
can we just do that?
Yeah. I do have a bone to pick with you too, and it's about 3.5 inches long. So let me. We'll get to that after too. All right.
You said we cut out the first 25 minutes of the podcast because you said you didn't want to keep getting so gay about everything. But I feel like when things get tense, your way out of it is to just gay it up.
That might be the case, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen to me in a professional environment if someone was like, sit me down like, hey, dude, we need to get you to like, you know, XYZ. Do I just get gay then too?
You've been in a professional corporate environment.
Yeah, but I've never been in a position to be like in trouble. I've just done my job.
Just because what I've been trying to say is generally you're a good guy, dude.
Yeah, but like, so that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think through myself right now. Like,
why don't you just talk to me about our problems instead of getting gay to get out of it, dude? Like, what do you... Like, what the hell, dude? You can't just seduce your way out of all your life's problems, dude. What are you trying? I'm like trying to talk like, dude, Sean, you really pissed me off. You're like, dude, your eyes are so beautiful. You're so cute when you get angry, dude. Like, what is this? Anyways,
How fast was I really going, officer?
would you flirt your way out of a ticket?
If I could, yeah, definitely.
But like, what do you mean if you could?
I mean, I'm not. Well, it depends if the officer's into this.
Would you test it? Would you try and what? Like, what would you do?
Yeah.
All right. Let's role play this.
Okay.
All right. So you're speeding.
And you're the
All right.
officer that thing comes up.
Roll your window down.
Hey, what's going on?
License and registration.
Yeah, sure. Was anything specific the problem, officer?
Let me make sure I can identify you first. How do you say that? How do you pronounce your name?
It's Gershon.
What's your date of birth?
October. Okay. This guy almost made me give my social security card. That's
All
insane.
right. Do you know how fast you were going?
Fastest way to your heart. What?
I'm gonna ask you one more time. If you don't tell me how fast you were going, I'm gonna fucking pull you out of this fucking car, and I'm gonna arrest you for obstruction of justice.
Is that
How fast?
Is that a threat or a promise? Like,
Get on the fucking.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do well in this situation.
Dude, that was super creepy. I don't know, like, why flirt, dude? Actually, you're good at this. I've heard.
He's talking from personal experience.
Yeah, no, that's
Yo, we've been.
the fastest way to your heart. That was stupid.
That was terrible. But this has been getting super, super homoerotic this whole time. We got to figure out how to get off of this.
Dude, it's you. You take it there. What are you
Yeah, but you make me uncomfortable, so I got to make it a little bit.
Do I make you uncomfortable or do I make you horny? I don't know.
It's the same thing.
My fiance's in the other room right now. Like, not surprised about any of this. No, dude, that's crazy though.
I had him first.
We were supposed to talk about politics for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
you really
no.
just like kind of only dipped your toe into the topic.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, politics is kind of boring, but it affects all of us. So
Yeah.
we covered a decent amount. Carney's prime minister. There's going to be election. Vote on your interests, not on who looks the best, because both of them kind of look greasy as hell. Trudeau was a very beautiful man. Yeah, no, we're not doing this.
I didn't say a word.
I know.
I just want you to know that.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go to couples therapy or something. I don't know. No.
Okay,
that's
big
your-
news. BlackRock purchased the Panama Canal.
Yes,
Well,
I want to know about
entrance
this
and exit.
because I need you. Okay, for a lot of people who are going to listen to this are not going to understand the context of what
Yeah.
BlackRock is
Yeah.
and all of the different ways they've been associated with big events
Yeah.
over the past couple of years. So why don't you give some context? What is BlackRock for the people who don't know?
So BlackRock is essentially a private. I think they're called a private equity firm, where they purchase assets and then use those assets to invest in other businesses to make money. Essentially, that's what they do. That's my understanding of it.
Sure.
Now, BlackRock has been going around buying up private things as a private company. So, like, they've been buying houses like crazy in the States. They've been buying up a lot of stuff, a lot of property, a lot of land. And this has been a little bit concerning in the States. So, I was just scrolling my phone. And okay, I am a little bit of a libertarian. So, I do think, like, the government's bad at things. And then I also don't want... I'm super conflicted about this because I don't want private companies buying stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't
So
be...
you're not super libertarian.
No, yeah, I don't know. I might be communist. I don't know.
That's the other side. Like,
I know, so that's why I'm conflicted.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha,
straight.
gotcha,
I'm gay. I don't know what's... What?
You just find a way, dude. All right, let's try and stay on one topic. BlackRock.
BlackRock. Okay, so Trump has been going around saying that the Chinese were controlling the Panama Canal. I never looked into this any further than that, other than being like, okay, this guy might be just talking some shit, or maybe the Chinese are like super friendly with the Panamese government, and like that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But when I saw
It's not
this
that far-fetched because
It's- yeah.
the way it affects trade, right?
Sure. But then, so BlackRock purchased the entry and exit ports of the.
It's fucking crazy. No, go ahead. That's actually insane.
You made the joke, not me.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying gay. I was saying it was insane that they bought the fucking entrance and exit points. I actually wasn't even making a fucking gay joke, dude. Where is your mind right now? It's just insane that a private corporation could buy the entry and exit board.
We gotta stop. Take a 15-minute break. I gotta drink some water. We gotta come back and talk about this later. Anyways.
You need to drink like something manly, dude. I don't know. Something straight, dude.
IPA. Well, that might be some.
Yeah, IPA is a bad.
God
What's a
damn.
straight drink, baby? Yeah. What's a straight drink?
White Monster.
That's actually a good point.
That
You've
was
been drinking
great.
a lot of White Monster, though.
That was great.
That's actually, yeah.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, that was actually like the best answer she
That
could
was the
have
best
gave,
answer.
actually.
Dude, she knows her straight man. Okay, so they purchased the entry and exit ports of the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
You know who they bought it from? A company called C.K. Hutchison or something like that.
Okay. And what
They
company is
are a Hong Kong-based version of BlackRock, essentially.
Okay.
They have a bunch of vested interests in
Yeah.
phones, land management,
Right.
retail stores, whatever the case is.
Okay.
But they own the entry and exit ports. So when Donald Trump was saying the Chinese are controlling he was like moderately on the right direction.
that? Yeah, dude.
So I'm like,
he's like
holy shit.
72% correct.
he was right about it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So I read about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
And apparently the other ports are also owned by other people too. So
These ports are just owned by private corporations just in general because that's how they upkeep them. And they just
I guess
they get their piece.
I was trying to look into this a little bit more, and it never got like a really clear answer.
Yeah.
It seems like the Panamese government has sold off these ports to either make money or to like help upkeep this, or
That's what I'm saying, right? Because
Yeah.
they probably don't have enough citizens and enough like capital to keep
Yeah,
funding that, so they need to
Could
sell
be
it
the
off to a
case.
private corporation.
I mean, but they have to be making so much money off of the Panama Canal, right? Like the amount of
That's
time
also
it
true.
saves.
Yeah. It should pay for itself. Yeah.
But I mean, the Panama Canal is also on its like last legs. So the way
Right.
it works is because the canal actually goes up and then like physically goes up,
Yep.
and then comes back down, and they have
Yeah.
to pump water to make the boats float up
Right.
to the next reservoir.
Yeah.
So that's how all these ports are sectioned off, right? And so yeah, this Chinese conglomerate owned the thing, and now BlackRock owns it, and Trump's
Yeah.
like, big win, guys.
The corporations do the corpos. They just fucking control everything, I guess.
So now what's gonna happen? BlackRock owns the biggest
So,
entry and
but
exit
explain the
shipping.
other stuff. Like, what else has BlackRock somehow been associated with?
Where are you trying to lead?
The
me?
BlackRock commercials. The guy who shot Trump, at Trump,
Oh, shoot, dude.
was
Yeah,
in a
that's true.
BlackRock commercial.
That's true.
Which is like, if Trump is like this with BlackRock, all I'm saying, I'm not alleging that his assassination attempt was an inside job, but
But you think
I'm just saying that his homies knew the kid, you know what I mean, who
Yeah.
acted in the commercial,
yeah.
who also,
That is a crazy
you know what I mean?
yeah, that is a crazy like conspiracy theory though.
Yeah.
Apparently he's got no silverware in his house. All his computers and stuff got like you know,
It's crazy, man. I don't know. It just, the corpos are always controlling everything is my take on life in the world.
so do you think the corporations should be abolished? You should not have no more corporations.
No, I don't think that. I just think that when you're going in to vote for something, you're just voting for like a group of corporations versus another group of corporations.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think the government's just in all of their pockets anyways.
Yeah,
So
so what's the solution?
there's no
you tell
solution.
us.
I think it's always for the rest of our lifetime until we fucking get, I don't know, a meteorite strikes us or whatever.
Which is gonna happen.
Yeah, so
No,
until,
for real. Do you know about this?
No.
A meteor is gonna hit Earth at like 2032 or something like that.
We got
The size of a city.
Iron Man. Iron Man's gonna throw a nuke at that bitch.
Huh?
Iron Man's gonna
Did
throw a
you
nuke
watch The Avengers as a documentary?
What do you mean?
Did you think that shit was real, bro?
What are you talking about? Why? What do you mean? Anyway, I was just saying it's like a lesser of two evils. Pretty much when you're voting, I think like it's just going to be like that for the rest of our lifetime.
Yeah, probably.
I think that people have done that to our. Well, I think it's crazy because I also don't think that we weren't going to go in this direction. I think it's like human nature to
for sure,
to group up and kind of control others. And I think that's just that we're just in like the highest form that's taken so far, and it's just going to keep getting crazier and crazier. Like I was literally, I always go down my little rabbit holes of freaking the shittier parts of history, and it's just crazy to think that like, you know, like people talk about like Hiroshima, like that big nuke, like it's like the ability we have to like just like horribly kill a bunch of innocent people. Like it's great because that was a bunch of innocent people died. You know what I mean? That's not. I don't know. Even in war is like so hard to justify it. You know. But I'm just saying like. It's like the fact that nukes exist and the fact. Do you know? So this is what I'm saying is
where are you going with this, bro?
People talk about like nukes as if only like the two. You know what I mean? The two bombs dropped. Do you know how many times a nuclear explosion has happened?
Yeah, we tested a bunch.
Yeah, over 2,000. There's been over 2,000 nuclear explosions since Hiroshima.
Yeah,
we're literally just freaking doing private matches for fucking ending the world. You know what I mean? Like Hiroshima was ranked play, and this is just fucking practice. Like that's where I'm going with this.
That's a great take.
You know how fucked up that is? Like we're literally just like there's just a big open space where like if there was people there, everyone would have died. that's how far we've taken this, and I think that would cause us to self-destruct and just fucking destroy ourselves, or it's gonna be a fucking meteorite or whatever the fucking big world-ending thing that's gonna happen. It's just like that's what I'm saying is when I go down my rabbit holes, I'm like, because I was listening to a podcast about like all the different like nuclear like kind of events that have taken place. They're called like INES events, International Nuclear something. Anyways, but like those things that have happened, it's like just from them trying to play around with how to end the world, like so many accidents have happened that have caused horrible things. Like I don't know if you've heard of Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo was pretty much some nuclear testing that the United States was doing, and it literally, so it's like near the like United States. It was on like some island or whatever, and the accident like caused like nuclear ash to like rain on Japanese fishermen, and like literally caused like horrible like
disfigurations and stuff.
Well, it killed a couple of them, and like so it's like Japan has like condemned that event, and it literally, and India has condemned that event. It got as far as India and parts of Europe.
Oh,
that's how crazy just testing fucking nuclear bombs is.
Yeah,
from the coast of, you know, not obviously not very close to the coast of America, but from somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, it went.
Pacific on big ocean.
Really like horribly affected the coast of Japan, affected India, and affected Europe.
Yeah,
like it's just like, so it's like I don't think that we can ever create a system that we're like, oh, like things are actually like, oh, everyone's good now, we can just vote for this or that. It's like we've created too many fucking world-ending horrible things now. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this shit got dark, huh?
Yeah, no, it did get dark. Yeah, I don't know how to bring this back.
Yeah, I apologize, dude. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, my bad, dude.
You can nuke my.
Stop, dude.
This is my only way to get out of this.
You gotta find a new thing, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta find a new thing.
Yeah, it's getting old. Yeah, quick.
It's getting real. I think that.
Are you feeling feelings?
Stop, bro.
This is making me uncomfortable when I'm saying it.
That's a little homophobic,
bro. What?
That's a little homophobic, dude. You're getting uncomfortable by the gay
I don't
things
like
that
you
saying.
like that, dude. If you were a beautiful man, it'd be completely different.
You've been sexualizing me this whole podcast. You're saying you don't have any feelings?
No, definitely not. Like you would be like you know, maybe we dance a little bit, buy you a drink, flirt a little bit at a club. Like that's about it.
You would play with my feelings, dude?
Oh, 100%.
If we were gay, you would just fucking.
Oh, 100%. I would not call you back.
I don't know why I'm offended.
Yeah, that was insane.
Wait a second. I mean, I don't care at all, dude. Like,
I can appreciate a good-looking guy in a ponytail, for sure.
You just had to add something a little feminine there to like make yourself seem less gay. Like I would like a guy, but not one with like short hair. Stop, dude. You're creating the hole and then you're burying yourself in it, dude. Stop digging the hole in the first place. No, that's crazy, man. Like, yeah, I think we really got to get some guests on the podcast, kind of even things out, because then I feel like when you're like, I don't know where to go except gay.
Yeah.
Someone else can chime in with some
What
knowledge.
if that's their go-to as well? Now we're just in a gay loophole.
Oh, gay love triangle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you know?
No,
Like,
not me, dude. Could never be me. That's crazy. It's the time that we've like created segments for the podcast where like we're gonna talk about this topic, then this topic. We've had these pockets of like, what the fuck do we say?
Yeah, no, for
you know what I
sure.
mean? Whereas like when we were just riffing, like we never stopped yapping that whole time, which is crazy. But I feel like people are gonna like, if they're interested in the topic, like they're interested in what's going on in the States, they're interested in like what we, kind of examined from it, then they'll probably want to listen to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, a lot's going on in the world. It's a very confusing time to be alive. And, who knows? Maybe people don't want to be talking about this stuff because it's all around them, right? Maybe they just want to, like, have some guys who are, like, confused about their feelings for each other talking to each other. Maybe that's what people want. But we'll never know until this podcast goes out, so. I swear to God, I love my fiance. I love my fiance. We're gonna get married. I'm very happy.
You're like, my fiance is a girl. She doesn't go to school around here. She goes to a different school. She's real.
Yo, you can't just say that, bro. After my one.
Stop. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you.
Bro,
I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you. Don't even worry, dude. It's fine. Honestly, no. I got other thing. So kind of what Gershon and I want to do is, Gershon, he likes politics. He likes world history, stuff like that. So he's kind of gonna be our current events guy. He to talk about current
past
events
too,
or past events, current events, that kind of thing. So I get to fucking freestyle. I get to just pick shit that I kind of and that I'm into and stuff. And so I was like, because I've seen I watch TikToks about the Appalachian Mountains. I was like, Gershon, dude, I'm gonna do the Appalachian Mountains. This is gonna be my topic. I swear to God, dude, I went on YouTube, started typing Appalachian Mountains. So do a little background research, and within 3 seconds, I was watching 1911 EDC videos. I don't know if you know. So it's Everyday Carry, and I was talking about the Remington 1911. I was just watching videos on what to carry if people are I don't know if that's a common everyday carry weapon or whatever. 'Cause I'm such a douchebag. It's crazy. I fucking within seconds, dude. I was literally watching EDC videos because I was kind of I don't even know where it came from. I was like, do people everyday carry 1911s? Because it's more of a military weapon. It's an old school kind of.
I don't know much about guns. I do know. I do want to ask you. Do you think you think you should be able to conceal carry?
Dude, listen. I wasn't trying to bring this topic up to.
I'd love to
share my opinions on it.
I'd love to talk about it.
Dude, we're so close to getting canceled. This is episode 2. You want me to start sharing my opinions on guns?
Well, why are you scared to share your opinions on guns?
Because I don't want to get canceled.
This dude wants to carry everything, dude. That's what he wants to do. I love guns. I love shooting guns. I love the way they feel.
My mom told me if I
hands.
ever owned a gun, she would literally never talk to me again.
Really? Do you own a gun?
So I just don't tell her.
I've seen your gun.
Stop, bro.
Dude, you tell your mom. Don't lie to your mom, dude.
Dude, I'm not lying. I don't.
Why does your mom want you to have a gun?
She just does. She's anti-gun, which is fair, but I don't know. I think we just have I think we have differing opinions. I think based off your life experience and kind of what you've been around, and that's not to say that I'm in danger of gun violence. That's not on some fucking I gotta protect myself.
I use public transit. I'm in danger of a lot of things. Okay?
Yeah, so it's for me, it's just kind of I don't know, maybe because I listen to too many fucking broed out podcasts and
you're a conservative guy, dude. Honestly.
Okay, stop trying to stop trying to deflect on me, dude. I don't know. I just maybe because I just fucking, exposed to too much shit where I'm like, okay, if push comes to shove, you gotta fucking, what government advice? I gotta stop.
Dude, that's the only reason I was like, ever like, dude, the government wants to take they want to take my EpiPen from me. Like, don't let them. I don't have an EpiPen, but I feel like that's something they come after.
Yeah, I don't know. Just for me, it's like, I think all guys, this is just a guy thing. And if it's not, and I apologize for talking on behalf of all guys, it's like you're always
not an all guy thing.
You're always imagining the scenario of like when you need to save your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and save
100%.
everybody. Like when I was in school and I was sitting in class, I was thinking like, if a gunman came in right now, how am I going to save everybody?
Yeah, that's concerning.
It's not concerning. I just think I want to be a superhero.
Okay.
Anyways,
go down that road.
But yeah, so I don't want to talk about my thoughts on guns because I'm supposed to be the liberal guy. You're the conservative guy.
Is that our dichotomy right now?
I feel like I present that enough.
I'm definitely way more liberal than you are.
Absolutely not, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not gonna start saying shit that I'm not gonna just trying to call you, trying to call you out, like trying to expose you or whatever. No, I think we're both generally pretty respectful guys.
I think we're just like, I think this is another thing too, though. American right and Canadian right are like completely different.
That's
so
true.
If you're on the right side of like Canadian politics, you're like kind of center,
left-leaning,
center left in American politics, right? Like that's just
I think
kind of the
we
the
said
way
that
it is.
like last podcast where we're a little bit more like socially liberal. I'd say like.
Whoa. Let's not do that now, all right?
Yeah, dude. The amount of gay things you said on this podcast, don't try and save yourself now.
Let's just say.
You're like, you'll never take my speech away. It's why, so you can say more gay shit. I'm sorry, I'm not going to let you back out of that one. No, try and save yourself. By just like dropping some kind of slur to be like, see, look at me right now. You're gay. No, but like, I think that... it's tough, man. I think it's just my individual life experience makes me like feel a certain way about things. I just avoid talking about it in general.
I mean, I thought it was really interesting when you brought up the fact that Barack Obama was an Arab. I thought that was really interesting.
I said that?
Yeah, you definitely said that.
I definitely didn't say that.
I remember you saying that very clearly.
Again, you make stuff up. You like to make things up, dude.
Wait, why?
No, okay, but anyways, let's talk about the Appalachian Mountains. So, this quickly turned into. Remember, I was telling Gershon about this. Is like a lot of conspiracy theories end up being kind of racist, and there's like ways that you could like turn it around and it become racist. So I was like, I'm gonna talk about the Appalachian Mountains because that's literally like folklore about like skinwalkers and shit, right? It's not even gonna
racist.
So people will have differing opinions on whether you could classify this as racist because it pertains to white people. So this is a whole other topic where there's two sides where people say you can't have racism towards white people. So let me tell you what it is, and then you can it's I wouldn't, if you don't want to call it racist, it is definitely disrespectful towards a particular group of people.
What, can we name the people?
Yeah, it's a type of white person. I'll tell you.
It's disrespectful to white people?
To a group of white people, yes.
Like specifically West Virginia white people?
Yes.
Because they sleep with their cousins?
I was about to go down a whole, like, I was going to give you, like, some context.
Okay. Wait, so talking about skinwalkers is racist to white people because they fuck their cousins?
I didn't give you any context. You're just inferring all of this information.
What type of Dr. Seuss world are we living in right now?
Dude, I didn't say any of these things.
You said it all, dude.
Anyway, so essentially, I was watching so I guess what I saw on TikTok where it's like rules of the Appalachian Mountains, like if you hear someone calling your name and it sounds like it's your mom or something, like make sure not to answer. All that shit is fake. So it's all made up. I thought that was like generally like a lot of people believe that. That became a trend just from like a few Appalachians. So what the Appalachian Mountains stretch over like fucking half of America.
Yeah, it's the whole East Coast.
It's just fucking gigantic. So there's like particular pockets, like you said, like in Virginia and stuff like that, where people like to do like night hikes. It's kind of like just like a thing like where people like go into the woods at night and stuff. So then spooky stories develop from that.
Yeah.
And so
can I add something?
Yeah.
That's the whitest thing anyone's ever done.
Yeah,
night hikes.
Yeah, you don't see
hikes are already hard during the day.
Yeah.
You doing night hikes? Like white people always just want to die somehow.
So it's like there's definitely like back in the day, I think I think it's like post World War II, there was a guy who did like an Appalachian Trail, and it's become kind of like a thing to do that hike as well.
Yeah,
that's like a daytime or multi-day hike or whatever.
For sure.
And then, so a lot of like there's some sad cases where people have gone missing in the Appalachian Mountains, but in a lot of places like Yosemite and things like that, like different places in America, people do go missing often because they don't time when they need to turn around and beat sunset and things like that. Yeah. So that's generally where like this kind of stemmed from, where like, oh, there's like, because of like true crime, like the obsession with true crime and things like that, where people go missing and all this. So it like kind of became like more into like, folklore. And in a lot of forested places, they have like the Wendigo and different cryptids and, folklore around that, and like Mothman and things like that. And one thing about the Appalachian Mountains was a lot of people have reported that they see like people that like kind of live in the woods, like kind of like people that look like they dress like, they like wear like the long white white dress and things like that. They dress like they're from another time, and they're like roaming around, and they don't really speak English well and stuff. So what this alludes to is that in more poorer regions in America, where like people like kind of live in like smaller communities, and they kind of more so live off their land and things like that, they're not really around a lot of other stuff. And so yes, they could be out there living, but that's like, this is where it's like kind of like disrespectful, quote unquote disrespectful or racist towards these like kind of like poorer, more I guess you would say like hillbilly, like kind of like white people who are just like, they're out there and they just kind of live in more secluded areas, but they're like, now they're like the spooky, like, like haunted, like creepy person in the woods. So I was like, when I was diving into it, like certain people who like live in there, like that's so messed up. And like, I think there was like some, like, I was listening to a podcast where this girl was like talking about this like photographer guy who went out into like an area like that to like go and like pretty much like
try to capture.
Like, no, he like pretty much like took advantage of, and like what's the word where you like expose people and like exploit. He like exploited like an inbred family. And,
I've seen this guy.
Yeah, so like that guy, right? So it's like it alludes to stuff like that where it's like what you said, or I don't know. I give you no context and you figure this all out, which is exactly where I was going with that. Is it's like it's actually people, they're like saying like, like there's like inbred people living in the woods. And so like this all stems from that based off all my individual research, which I could be like mixing things together or whatever, right?
Okay, so what people think are skinwalkers are just
no different things. So this is like the people. So like the people of Appalachia, like the Appalachian woods people, different than like the skinwalker thing. Could be like there's a lot of places where people think they're people think they're skinwalkers here.
Dude, I thought skinwalkers were like a native thing. I didn't know. So okay, there's a people.
So that's what I'm
Appalachia.
saying. So there's different things, right? There's like different folklore and cryptozoology. There's like different cryptids that. So, but the Appalachian specifically, they're like this big TikTok thing. It's like, I saw like a person from the Appalachian woods that live in the woods and things like that.
Like an Appalachian person. Is essentially just an
and
it's
person and it's like an exaggeration because they might have not even actually seen these people, but one person turned it from that because there are people who live in more secluded areas in these poorer areas where they're not like living in like a big city or something like that. They just have like a ranch or something that might not be that successful.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like I would do that too. Like, because imagine you go like on this big hike. You're like pack all your stuff. You go multi-day hike, and you're like at the like you see a person who's like weird looking. Yeah. But then you don't really do anything other than that. Like you've just gone outside.
Yeah. Now you're gonna tell everybody like.
Now you got to tell people that like there's this weird guy. He was like 3 times a regular person's height. He like talked weird. He couldn't speak English proper. Yeah. And like you have to make it look cool because you went outside, right? Yeah. So
because you were outside, 100%.
You were outside. No, for sure. So I think
but like there's definitely like I think like if you're in the woods in the middle of fucking nowhere at night,
you have to do some cool stuff.
I think you're just gonna get spooked by everything, and I think that's pretty much just what's happening. I don't think there's really anything that crazy going on, to be honest with you. Yeah. And it sucks because it's like when I'm just watching like the occasional TikTok or like listening to like a random podcast and I get a little spooked out, I'm like all excited. I'm like, this is great. Then when I'm like, I'm going to do a pod, I'm going to like do some research on it. And I'm like, why do I feel like I'm writing a paper on the societal effects of the Appalachian Mountains? Like,
no, you're too liberal, bro. You need to get
it's just like this. Hey man, if you do enough research, you'll find out the racist roots of conspiracy theories.
You're on the liberal side of TikTok. You need to get over to our side.
I don't do all my research on TikTok. I was reading articles.
Yeah, that's your first problem. No one cool reads, bro. Come on.
True. I had to have like Siri read it out.
No, the coolest ones are videos for sure. Like the best conspiracy theories are videos. If you're reading a conspiracy theory,
I want some guy
nerd.
who's also like, a douchebag on a podcast to give me the 5-second spark notes
or
of the conspiracy theory.
A douche girl on a podcast. They could, we don't.
Rashawn likes girls.
Apparently.
I got you back.
Yeah, no, for sure. So tell me about like Skinwalkers. What's happening with those guys?
Yeah, so I think I've seen some funny videos where people are straight up looking at their dog and like, I think my dog's a Skinwalker, and like the dog is straight up standing on 2 legs and for a long time. So it's terrible. It is scary. It's some scary shit. But like, no, I think, dude, I don't know. I don't know which one I believe like the most out of all of the kind of like cryptids and stuff like that. I think like I'd probably say like most things are just. Like there's a lame like we like these things. I like these things.
Don't do that. Give me the Chiggy wants to believe it. What it is.
Which one do I want to believe is real, dude? I would probably just say Bigfoot.
You think Bigfoot?
Bigfoot was the most exciting one because it's like if it's okay. So let me like out of the 2 things that you're like encountering, right? It's like a skinwalker is what like something kind of like that it could look like you're freaking like ant for like 5 seconds, but it's just like a creepy like super skinny like kind of walks weird scoliosis like kind of, you know what I mean? No offense to people with scoliosis, I apologize.
That's crazy.
That was a disrespectful
crazy
thing to say, but
you're so liberal.
no, but like so it's like what would you rather see, that or would you rather see like a fucking like 10-foot fucking like this guy who has the aura of Undertaker, you know what I mean?
I would love to. I think Sasquatch is an interesting one because the Squamish people have like a really cool story about it.
What's that?
So the Squamish people, they have a word for like Bigfoot or Sasquatch, which essentially just means big brother.
Oh, interesting.
So they believe that like up in the high mountains, they're like these things live there, and like obviously I'm probably not saying it properly, but like they have like some really cool.
Speak on behalf of the Squamish people.
Yeah, I will speak on behalf of the Squamish. We're on the unceded territory of the. I don't know.
Stop, bro. Stop. I'm sorry. I threw that lob up to you. My bad, dude. I took it in that direction. No, but that's really interesting, man. That's cool.
Yeah, and so I think if there's anything that could be real, it would be Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Because there's so many different cultures that have like a Bigfoot-esque figure.
But I would honestly think the more realistic one is there's a lot of people. So we have the Ogopogo like in Kelowna. There's a lot of places like even in the States that have like their kind of like lake monster. I think that's more realistic. That there's like more of like a sea creature that would be. I mean, maybe not in a lake, but I would say if any of these like kind of more cryptids that are like ocean related, I feel like that's more likely to be real because like they're so much more likely to be undiscovered yet.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas on land, I think humans have fucking disgustingly fucking infected everything already.
I don't think so.
Where all our cool shit is gone.
Dude, Canada is so like there's so many places you could go to disappear in Canada. Alaska, so many places you could just go to disappear there. So like we definitely like sure there's like lots of places that we have like grown into and really ruined the environment and stuff, but like there's lots of untouched places on like in Canada, Russia.
But the thing with Canada and Russia is like it goes to like temperatures and stuff where there's just less likely to be.
Dude, there's animals everywhere, bro. There's like
there's
animals
in
100
specific type of animals that only survive in those kind of conditions. So there's just a lot less. Whereas like the places where there's like a lot more biodiversity, we've already kind of ruined because those are the places where we can live. So we've infected it.
Dude, like Inuit people live so far up north. Like they go all the way up to the Arctic like surface.
Right,
so
but there's just less biodiversity in those places.
Yeah, but there totally could be something there. There's just not that many people to see.
Yeah, like a Yeti would be sick. That's just a snow Sasquatch.
Yep.
Is Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and Yeti the same thing?
I think so. There's like different names from different different like,
colors,
location,
different flavors.
Different flavors. You got me thinking.
Yeah. So there's another thing is, and you're gonna hate this because I really freaked you out with the whole psychedelics thing. Is a lot. So a lot of like missing like people who like go missing and like on hikes and stuff like that in different places. Some of the discoveries is that the things that they say they encounter when they were there are because they were accidentally taking things that made them hallucinate.
Accidentally?
Like say like they're starving in the woods or something and then they eat like some mushrooms or like some berries or some shit like that, some psychedelic berries or something. So that's happened a couple times. So I feel like a lot of these like creepy things that have like eventually been is also from psychedelics. All those demons around that we were scared of, dude. That shit might be real.
Bro, my mom made me throw out all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was a kid because she thought they were demonic.
That's crazy.
And the worst part about it is I agreed with her. I was like, yeah, we got to get rid of these.
I mean,
so,
that's
like,
ridiculous, but
what is it though? Because if
None of
Sasquatch
the-
is just a demon, then what are we even doing here?
Sasquatch is probably not a demon.
How do you know
Sasquatch
that?
probably
How do
chill
we don't
guy.
know that for a fact. We haven't had an encounter. Maybe we need to.
Dude,
no,
we
I
need to-
wouldn't do that.
I think we need to like interview somebody who's had some alleged paranormal experience.
Yeah, I think so.
But like maybe like we'll interview them at like a church or something like that, so we
Well,
can.
that's a good question. Do you believe in
mitigate
like ghosts and stuff, like the paranormal?
Again, it's like I want to believe that life is more exciting than it is.
Yeah.
So it's like a part of me is like angels and demons being real would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because it's like that good and evil kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you're believing in like like ghosts per se, then I mean, unless you're believing in like friendly ghosts, it's like I like the idea of like, okay, if I'm gonna believe that some like crazy supernatural evil thing is real, I also want to be able to believe that like a crazy supernatural good thing is real, because that would make it cooler.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like I don't want to feel like a fucking victim to some like like the insidious like fucking demon or whatever that
Just
is
like
in
a
my
horny
nightmares or
ghost
whatever.
trying to like.
Is the insidious ghost a horny ghost?
It could be. I mean, I've seen some horny ghosts.
So like,
I haven't seen, but like I've heard of.
yeah.
You know?
What do you mean? Name a horny ghost.
Dude, oh man, I love those like Africa Core videos, like where they're like, you know what I'm talking about? He's like, the dude will be like, what is your gender? And then he's my gender, I'm a mechanic.
Oh yes,
have
okay,
you seen
I've
those?
that,
Those ones?
that guy that gets interviewed. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know where you're going with this. I was like,
well, so there's a video where
Okay, yeah.
there's like they're at a church and this lady's like they're
yeah.
expelling the demon out of this ghost.
Okay.
And she, the demon has impregnated me. I woke up and there was semen in my mouth. I was like, yo, ghosts are getting freaky, bro. These freaky ass ghosts, dude. So yeah, no, that's the thing, bro. So that's why I'm saying
That's crazy. Bro.
there
The
might be
accent and
a
everything was
horny
crazy.
ghost out there waiting for you to fall asleep in the wrong position. But okay, I forgot where we were going with this.
Where you took that, bro. Dude, this podcast is crazy. Dude, I think that this podcast was full of hopes and dreams last week. I think they all died.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I'm having a good time. That's funny. That's actually fucking
Yeah,
insane.
believing ghosts. We were talking about believing in ghosts.
No, but yeah, we're just talking about like supernatural stuff, and if you think that that's real, but yeah, I think like when I started doing the research on it, it kind of became like people just kind of seeing shit because they're like,
but you can't do research. You have to have fun.
because like I think when people put themselves in like situations where their body is not like used to, that's when they start to see things like
Yeah.
so it's like psychedelics or being in the fucking woods for days and
Yeah.
starving or something like
Yeah.
that. But I think that stuff is just so like scary because like if you like you said, like there's so many places that are unexplored. It's like someone could really just go missing forever tomorrow.
totally,
They could go on a hike and then just suddenly like a few years ago there was a little like girl in Golden Ears who was like missing for like a couple days, right?
Yeah.
That was so sad, dude. Like that was crazy.
People go missing all the time, even in like just the local areas like Garibaldi National Park. People go hiking,
Yeah.
and people get like, if you're not prepared, if you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah, it's like
then
what
can
what kind of
definitely-
experiences?
And the
are
thing
there?
is, like,
Crazy.
I don't remember who said this, but I really liked what they were implying. Like, in the city, you can make mistakes, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you go out walking, you bump into someone, that's a mistake. Or if you
Yeah.
go and you don't like look both ways, you make a mistake. Maybe a car hits you, right?
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you can go to the hospital and stuff. If you're out in the woods and you're like doing stuff outdoors,
Yeah.
like far away from society, and you make a mistake, that'll like be your life.
Yeah.
Right?
it's
Like, so
horrible.
if you don't prepare properly when you're out there, like, you can definitely mess yourself up
Yeah.
really, really badly. And, like, yeah.
And that's like, yeah, so when I was doing the research, it's like that's the most common problem for the people who go missing. And while it does happen to people who are super experienced, it's like the most common problem is people who are just not prepared.
Yeah.
They're just people who like, they're just going out with like less than what they need and like thinking they can handle it. And then that causes the problem for them.
It's insane, though. Like, I've never heard of, like, a Chinese tourist, something like that happening to them. And the only reason I bring that up is because whenever you go on like a crazy hike, Chinese tourists are always doing the craziest thing. They're like taking they're taking a selfie real close to an edge. They're like really close to the wildlife. Like they really do have like just unlimited, like, you know, they have plot armor or something, which makes you think, right? Like, are we on the right side of this, like, West-East alliance?
Sometimes you bring up the craziest stuff. I can't.
What do you?
I can never fucking go off of.
I can't recall something in the news where, like, a tourist, something bad's happened to like a tourist, specifically from China.
Dude, the problem with what you're saying is I can't think of an experience.
Exactly.
You might
exactly.
be right about that.
To all the listeners, think about it.
Think about it, dude. I don't remember the last like kind of something happening to a tourist event taking place. In the news here, usually it's about like a citizen or like an immigrant or something like that. I don't really hear like this tourist came here and this happened to them. But it's probably out there. That news is probably out there. I'm not really caught up on it all the time, but yeah, dude. No, but I was saying like with like this stuff like where these people go missing and everything, like there's always like some sort of mystery that people really like just like turn into something totally different. So I think that's what gets you kind of locked into it, and then I ruin it by looking into it too much. And I'm like, oh, this is all that happened. There was one guy who went missing, and like, oh no, it was a couple. Sorry, it was a couple, and it wasn't actually like in a forest. It was a diving thing. I don't know if you've heard about this. So like, it was in like Australia, and this couple went like on a diving excursion with like another group, and they were like in the water, and when they came back up, the fucking boat was leaving them. And like usually they do, in these situations they do like a head count, and for some reason they just missed those two people.
That's terrifying.
And so like I'm listening to this whole thing about it, and like this guy explains it really well. It's the Top Fives like YouTube account, and it was from his podcast. I've listened to this for over a decade. Like this is where I get all my like spooky shit from. But like pretty much like so these two people. It was a man and a woman, a couple. They eventually died, and their bodies were never found. Their bodies still just lost in the ocean, and they didn't notice until the next day. Like they found the guy's backpack and wallet, and they were like, "Oh shit!" Like someone went missing, and then they went on a rescue excursion, and they found some sort of like sound beacon type of thing that divers use to communicate. And then when they decoded the message, it was like, "Help us! Like we're about to die," and like their thing that keeps them buoyant. They had taken that off, and then they went and like did. So this is a shitty thing. It's like this is such a fucking sad thing, but like it turns into like this fucking mystery thing, which I guess I have to kind of just separate myself from and just tell the fucking story. But like pretty much what happened was they went and like investigated their like diaries after, and like the husband was like pretty much like suicidal and like talking about, oh, my life is pretty much should end anyways. So then it was like this like people were theorizing that it was like a murder suicide. And like it was kind of weird because it's like it was a murder suicide, but like why did nobody like I just feel like if I was diving, it was like this group of people, like wouldn't I be like, I feel like there was other people here with us, like that whole group of people didn't notice, and I guess they're wearing full outfits or whatever, so maybe they don't notice. But that was the weirdest thing for me out of that whole thing. It wasn't the whole like whether it's a murder suicide or whatever. It was like on a whole group of people. Nobody noticed, like nobody like was talking to those people beforehand. They were like, hey, they're not here with us anymore as we're going back up. That was what was weird for me. Yeah. But everyone like these mysteries, right? It's like it turns into this whole like what were their intentions behind it? These people were never found. And like I think their families like sued the company or whatever. And like they had to shut that diving thing down. Which is like sure, totally fair, like because they should have fucking known how many people were on there. They should have done like a say your name back to me, like fucking Bob here, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How did that? I just like that's what is the whole thing for me. Like everyone turns it into this other mystery of like, oh, like what actually happened? Like, did he kill his wife or did they both commit suicide together? Why would they leave the note that says, "Please help us, we're gonna die soon"? And people are like, oh, why did they take their vests off to kill themselves? It's like maybe they were trying to swim to shore or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
if they were shore, they would not have died.
No, 100%. Yeah. So it's just, for me, it's just like. the whole mystery about it, and this is weird. It's like in the video that I watched about it, no one's asking that question. It was like, why did nobody else? You know what I mean? So it's like, these missing persons things and these kind of mysteries and everything can really fucking...
Dude, but it could happen to you, honestly. Like, sometimes I'm, like, at the grocery store and I keep walking and, like, my fiance's not with me anymore.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. Then I start looking around. I start going... Like, you start freaking out, dude. You start drowning. Like, that could happen. That could happen to you.
So.
That could happen to me.
Yeah. I don't go deep water.
You don't like deep water?
No, I'm not going into deep water, bro.
Would you scuba?
No, fuck no.
Why?
I don't have thalassophobia, but I don't fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do people scuba? What's the point of that? What is the thing?
I think you made a very valid point earlier. That some stuff is just white people shit. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I would never fucking scuba dive. I don't think I would skydive. I'm afraid of heights and I'm not afraid of the deep ocean, but I'm not going in it. You know what I
that's
mean?
fair enough.
There's just certain things I don't think you should be doing. Like, would you do it?
Scuba dive?
Yeah.
I think maybe in shallower water.
Yeah, my fiance has gone swimming in the ocean with whale sharks.
That's insane.
She's white. So
yeah, there you go.
That explains
That's about right. That's about white.
That's about white, for sure. Fuck no. I'm not doing it. I would never go. I would never jump out of it. I just don't understand the fascination with jumping to your death. You know what I mean? Now, if I did it to serve my country, you know what I mean? If I had to get my wings, if I was a fucking Army Ranger, I'd do that shit tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
But
okay, that's
I can't justify doing it for fun, dude.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. If so, USA is about to become the 51st state.
USA is about to become the...
Or sorry, Canada's about to become the 51st state.
Yeah.
USA is invading. You throwing down for the boys?
Against the United States of America?
100%. You throwing down?
You're going to make me go on to a publicly streamed podcast and commit fucking...
Treason
right now?
Okay, then don't. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. You throw down, bro. Because the thing is... He's mouthing USA.
No,
USA.
No, I'm not, dude. What?
That's crazy,
dude. Fucking no, dude. I'm not answering that question.
No, dude. Okay.
I'm not answering that. No, dude. I'm not, dude.
No, we gotta go into the hills. We gotta go into the woods, and Al Qaeda style, just without the terrorism, but like Al Qaeda style, fight the U.S.
Style. That was
what?
You have to say that.
Guerrilla style, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. That's not so fun. But guerrilla style, yeah, we got to do it, bro. We got to fight for the country, bro.
Do we need to fight for the country?
Yeah. You live here. You benefit from... See, this is where I'm like, okay, this is like...
I would fight for the country, not against the United States.
What adversaries would you fight against for the country?
The bad ones. Like fucking Nazis. I would fight against Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wherever is a good cause to fight for.
Whatever the listener feels the most.
Like, whoever's listening to this, wherever you think we should fight against,
that's
where it's at. There's no right answer to that. There's no good answer because most wars are not fucking reasonable, dude.
You know what? Denmark and Canada have had an ongoing...
Stop, bro, you're talking about the flag.
Yeah, bro. We've had an ongoing dispute with Denmark right now where there's an island somewhere up north. Off the coast of
Greenland.
Off the coast of Greenland. The Canadians go up there, put their flag down, put some fucking maple syrup and whiskey or something, and then the Danish come up and they put like whatever gay thing they have, and then they think they win. And then we just continually do that. Yeah. And that's the
kind of fight you'd try to get into. You'd be there just like maybe hiding in a bush, ready to just like pants somebody. Oh, yeah, for the country,
dude. Honestly, that is devastating. Have you ever been pantsed?
Yes, by you. And nobody else. My whole life. Just you, bro.
Being pantsed is emotionally, physically, mentally devastating.
There was just two of us. It was just me and you in the room, dog.
You sure that's not just foreplay? Come on, man.
Stop, bro. Why are you taking it there again, dude? You can't help yourself, dude. You can't help yourself.
It was right there.
No, I loved that up, dude.
It was right there.
I'll take my guilt where I can. You know? I do set you up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, pantsing is a dangerous topic to be a part of.
No, but yeah, so I've enlisted in the reserves before, and it was during COVID, so the process took too long, and I had to go back to school, so I just didn't go to basic training.
Yeah.
But at that time, I don't know what cause I felt passionate about. I just think it was COVID, and I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, so I take shit too far, dude.
Yeah,
I take it way
definitely,
too far.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyways, but like, see,
Send me to Ukraine.
at that time, I was like, if I need to jump out of a plane, I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. But
Yeah, but it's just because you were bored, dude.
yeah, but like,
it was COVID. You were
dude,
doing
imagine
nothing.
it wasn't COVID times, dude. Where would I be at right now,
Dude, the only reason you joined the reserves is because you had nothing else to do. You're like, whatever. Oh, bro. So maybe that's what's causing.
There was a little fucking scam on the government. They were like,
Yeah.
"Was that we get more soldiers?" No, but no. I think for me, it's just like just one of those things where you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, and so I just kind of was doing it.
Go become a Jehovah's Witness.
But that's what I'm trying to say is like. No fear then. I was like, dude, if I need to fucking get shot. I mean, I was enlisting in the reserve, so for me, I was like, I knew there was a little bit of a safety net there. I was like, not necessarily going to go out to war. But if you told me, like, if you said the word, like, fucking skyscraper right now, my toes tingle. You know what I mean? I had no feeling like that when I was thinking I was going to fight for my country.
Why are
dude.
your toes tingling?
Because I'm afraid of heights, dude. Like, I can't even think about a height right now, dude.
Well, we'll keep you on the ground.
I'm fucking getting scared, dude. Like, that's crazy, but...
Do you think that's why so many people joined the military back in the day? They were just like reading books and newspapers, and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm bored."
No, dude, I think they got conscripted. I
kill some
think they got forced to go to war. Dog.
Let's go kill some Japanese people. There's only Sudoku left today.
Dude, I think they got conscripted. I don't know if they were bored, dude. I don't think they wanted to go to war.
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely okay. I will say, like, you know, based off of like propaganda and everything, and you know, I think patriotism and kind of general, like, almost, you know, whatever, people did want to fight for their country more because they believed in the cause. I think now, because of like media and everything, we just have access to way more information that things feel a little bit more gray. So I in my head, I imagine, I haven't looked at the statistic, I imagine less people enlist now than they. Well, I mean, we have millions more people in each country than we did back then. So like, comparatively, maybe not, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I think if people enlist now, I think they have a lot more reasons that they do than back in the day.
Yeah, I think, but we also don't have as many people enlisting because not a lot of people can qualify. Like, they're too fat. They can't run fast enough. They can't do pull-ups.
Yeah, that topic's been talked about on Joe Rogan podcast before. Pretty much like Tim Kennedy was like saying like a lot of people wouldn't even like pass the tests and stuff like that.
I can do
in Canada. In Canada, I think it's way less intense, and I think it depends on what. I think basic training is more attainable for people, but like, you know, like special forces and stuff like that, like damn near impossible for the average person. You have to pretty much, what from my friends in the military, like they're pretty much triathletes. Like, you got to be able to swim everywhere, fucking run everywhere with a bunch of weight on your back and stuff like that.
Can you swim?
I can survive, you know. I could survive for like 35 seconds.
Oh, you could float?
No, like I can swim forward for about 35 seconds. So as long as I'm in a place where in that 35 seconds I could get to hold on to something. So like, if you drop, like I said, if you drop me in the middle of the ocean right now, dead. But
you
most
know,
people
our
dead.
schools like allowed us to go to, like, they had swimming as a part of the curriculum. What did you do?
We didn't have fucking
swimming
pools at our school.
No, they're not at the school. They would take you to a a community swimming pool.
They didn't tell me that.
That's like a elementary school thing.
I didn't know that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, as Surrey School Board, you go to a swimming pool and learn how to swim.
I didn't get that lesson, no.
So you just never learned how to swim?
No, like I could go to like the lanes in the pool and swim back and forth. I mean, I get tired, you know what I mean, but like I can do it.
Disconcerting.
But like, I'm not saying I could swim like as much as a fucking Navy SEAL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like, if I can go to like the fucking beach and shit, or if we're like, say we're like, you know, going fucking whatever the shit is in the tubing, right? And then we park the fucking speedboat or whatever in the middle of the lake. I'll jump in the water and I'll swim around a little bit. Like, I'll do what everyone else does. It hasn't been like a problem for me yet. Is that what you're asking me? Like,
Yeah, like
nobody's noticed that I can't swim as much as a Navy SEAL. Like, most of the time, we're all kind of doing the same thing. We just kind of fucking jump off the boat, go into the water, fucking swim around, and then go back in the boat. I could do that. Like, the world hasn't asked me to do more swimming yet, so I don't know. What test have you taken? Like, what?
I'm
like,
a certified lifeguard, dude.
oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like what, like, you know, dangerous life experience have you faced where you had to swim a lot to really know you could swim? Like, I don't know what
general
scenario you're
swimming.
posed. Yeah, I could do general swimming, dude.
No, you can't do general swimming if you're like that.
What do you mean like that?
You can't front crawl?
What does that mean, dude?
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right.
Get this guy out of here.
All right.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I don't think you've ever swam with me. Like, I don't think you've demanded a lot of
We
me.
definitely have swam together, like camp at school or camp at in our youth. We've definitely swam.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
You're asking me if I swim as well as I did 20 years ago?
20 years ago, you couldn't swim well.
I'm
I'm pretty sure
we're doing
camp
the same
counselors
shit.
had to save you from drowning.
That never happened. You just love making shit up. Dude, I think we did the same amount of fucking water activities 20 years ago. We fucking jumped off the dock into the dock, then climbed back on the dock, then jumped off the dock again. I don't know where you're taking this fucking conversation.
I don't know either. But do you remember that one time that girl almost drowned at camp?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Some girl drowned?
She almost drowned.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, there was, and we had no liability insurance whatsoever. So if someone drowned, we're done.
Dude, 20 years ago when we were fucking kids, you were trying to figure out if we had liability insurance.
Yeah, that's why I always try to pretend like I'm cool, because that's what I think about. People are concerned this girl is like drowning, and I'm like, do we have liability insurance for this? What is happening right now?
Dude, you just spent like a good 5 minutes trying to call me out on whether or not I could swim.
Yeah, you also didn't know if we had liability insurance, so that's another problem.
Your ass was never focused on the swimming. You were trying to figure out what kind of fucking, if we're up to code or not. Fucking camp, dude. That's why you didn't see me swim, bro. You were fucking checking if the fire hydrants were fucking up to date or something like that, dude.
Yeah, the water pressure here is not right. The PSI is way down. We got to get this up. We got to get this up to code.
Oh, you're so cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
The
dude.
coolest guy you know, dog.
Yeah, no, you are 100%. I don't know a lot of people. No, it's all good. No, dude, I don't know how you can use the energy to try and convince people you're cool, but I feel like you do it in such like an ironically like fucking obvious way that you're doing a bit. I think so. Are you doing a bit?
Am I doing a bit?
I actually don't know anymore. Yeah, dude, I don't fucking know. Are your friends cool? You'd say? Do you think you have cool friends?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like my friends are like fucking traditionally like what is cool?
What is cool as
yeah,
an adult?
that's
a
so
great
I
question.
would feel like if the people who like I don't know make TikToks, is that cool?
No, I don't think that's cool.
What is that actually? Maybe I don't. So in my head, fucking like a cool jacket, maybe some rings, motorcycle.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like Deftones is playing as you like ride
That's
it by,
cool.
like,
That's cool. Oh yeah,
That's cool in my head.
Yeah, there's a guy I follow on Instagram. He does workout videos, rides motorcycles, and has zins all the time. That guy's cool.
Billy Love.
I don't think so.
No, dang it. No, Billy Love doesn't ride motorcycles, but Billy Love is a guy that fucking makes workout videos and like cooking videos. And he definitely says some things that when my fiance walks by, he's got like a big mustache.
Yeah, okay,
and
okay. I
he's
know
like,
who this guy is. Yeah, he's like
just
6'3" or whatever.
yeah, no, he's like making like a fucking sandwich in his kitchen, and he's like, I just got done plowing your mom, and now
Yeah.
like, I was like watching this video. And, like,
Sometimes I'll be watching his video, and then my fiance will walk by, and I'll like put the phone over, like I'm not supposed to be looking.
Yeah, dude, it feels like devious.
Like I kind of like
fucking-
flush, get like I kind of blush a little bit sometimes when I watch
Billy Love is definitely like, yeah, it definitely. If you just listen to his videos, it's like,
Like I feel like he could pick me up and like burp me like a baby, and like I feel like I'd feel really comforted by that.
yeah, no, 100%. But it is kind of, it's our little secret, little gay secret.
It's not gay.
You just made it sound super gay.
No, I said he could burp me like a baby. How's
no,
that
yeah,
gay?
but like, but it's like the way he talks to you. It's like you want him to talk to you like that. It's
it's weird,
dude.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just like sometimes I've like flipped my phone over like I'm not supposed to be watching that. Yeah.
Yeah. It does feel like a little bit not allowed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. It just gets gay so fast, dude.
Maybe that's
I
just
swear
like,
the first episode wasn't like this.
no, we were not gay.
Okay, but
this
the
gay.
thing is the first episode you were definitely throwing around a lot of like wild shit.
Yeah,
so like
you were doing a lot of.
it was a lot of
crowd
like
control.
Yeah, it was a lot of crowd control. So now maybe because we talked about it, and I'm like, all right, Krishan, don't say any wild shit. So it's like every time you want to say something that's like too edgy, it's like in your head, it's like, you know, black people, transgender people, and then it comes out just, I love men. It's like, you know what I mean? Like instead of saying something edgy, you just say some gay shit.
You know what? Maybe that's what's happening right now. I'm like trying to like figure out what to say, and I'm like discounting all the things I can't say, and then be like, yeah.
To be honest, it makes me really happy. I don't have to cut anything out of this podcast.
Really?
Which makes me super, I mean, aside from the first really gay 25 minutes.
That was so gay, dude.
It was
We might
actually
have-
weird. Like
we might have
got-
thrown ourselves off by doing that.
Yeah, that momentum kind of shifted when we did that. But I think we did a good job today. This
Yeah,
was
I think
another.
so.
I think people, our fans, the people who so far are our fans, will probably
Our
enjoy
friends.
it. Yeah, we'll enjoy it.
The people who marginally know us.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you think we got more clips out of this podcast?
Maybe we'll have like a lot of homoerotic stuff. So
Yeah,
we'll be real
We'll definitely
famous
get some
on TikTok
clips.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, we're a couple liberal guys, right? A couple liberal guys.
I think we've had to say it a lot to try and make ourselves sound more liberal, dude. I think, honestly, truthfully, we could just be ourselves, and I genuinely don't think we're that bad. Where people will be like,
No, we're terrible.
this sounds like another conservative bro podcast.
This
I
is the
don't
thing.
think it does.
If
I
we're
don't-
just ourselves, liberals will hate us and conservatives will hate us. So there's no winning.
Well, I think that's more so because we're Indian. I mean, to the general
yeah, that's
public,
true, that's
we
true,
look
that's true,
Indian.
that's
You know, I
true.
mean, you're Sri Lankan. And
You
I'm-
are Indian.
and I actually am Indian. But like,
So
you know,
get out of
as
my
a,
fucking country.
as a pair, anybody in Canada will turn their the video on and then see our faces and probably close the video afterwards.
So should we get white stunt doubles?
I thought you were saying, should we do whiteface?
That would be great too. Is it wrong to do whiteface?
No, the Key and Peele sketch. Did they do whiteface? No.
Key and Peele has done a lot of things over the years.
That's true. Actually, that's bad.
Like there's some things Key and Peele did back in the day that people were like probably.
But I don't think they ever got in trouble for it.
No, definitely not.
because
it's back in the day.
because Jordan Peele made Get Out, and like he's like,
Yeah.
"Phew."
We just got to make like a sick movie to make people like think we're on the right side of history.
Dude, we definitely got to do some skits though. I think that would be funny.
Yeah, I think you've got some good ideas. I think it'd be fun.
You have some great ideas. That we
I've
need
got
to
some
turn
ideas.
into
Whether
some
they're great or
skits.
not, that's to be found.
Dude, I think that'd be funny. That's definitely our next step. We have to.
Yeah, let us know if we should do some skits.
Yeah.
Let us know if we should do them
I think
in the comments below.
we'll do it either way. But yeah, we'll try and get better every week. We really appreciate the people who do a full listen.
Yeah. No,
Probably-
shout out to the people who like tune in.
Yeah, the people who sent us messages, really appreciate it.
Yeah, even if you're just like listening to a little bit here and there, like yeah, sure, there's some dead spots. Skip through, hit the 15-second plus on.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll time our topics. I'll
Yeah.
put some timestamps for our topics so you guys can kind of give it a listen. We're gonna add some more segments. I think we should still do our last segment. Krishan, I don't know if you're able to pull up our little schedule there. I think that'll be a cool way to wrap up the pod. There's definitely been some kind of exciting moments for sure, but there's like definitely some bits that we want to do. If you guys have any suggestions, what I would love to do is kind of have any crowd submitted stuff. So I've seen this in podcasts over time. Is what I think maybe we can do, because we provide some diverse insight into life. Is if you're going through something, you can send in an anonymous or not anonymous. If you want to send in a video message and we'll show your face, just something you're going through in life. And let me and Gershon dissect that for you and give you some therapy, because clearly we need it, and we the fact that we can recognize that, I think that qualifies us to provide it.
I don't need it. But what I can do is solve all of your problems.
Yes, I think so.
Send them in. We'll have like a Google form or something where you can
Yeah.
submit anonymously.
Yeah.
Just write down what you're going through in life. We'll talk about it here and
Yeah.
then give you a.
And it doesn't
answers.
have to be real. You can put some diabolical
No,
shit in
no,
there
no,
too.
no, let it be real. Let it be real.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, let it be. So, would you have like a scenario you could pose us that we can then pose the audience?
Yeah, and so I was thinking about this one because we both really like Marvel. I
Yeah.
really like Marvel. You really like Marvel. I might be a little bit more of a nerd on it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking what we could talk about right now is what side of the Civil War would you be on?
Yeah. Glad you said Marvel before that. That would have been a
Oh my god!
crazy. Okay, I apologize.
Oh my god!
So yeah, so I think I think the way they sorry, I think the way they phrased it in the MCU became like very like liberal and conservative. It became very political because on one side you're like, would you want the government to control you? On the other side, it's like, do you want the government to leave you alone? Which like, and it's odd that the billionaire took the side of like wanting government control. Isn't that interesting?
Bro, I didn't even think of that.
But do you get what I'm?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like Captain America was like, he's an American patriot. He's
he's an American guy.
He's an American hero. He's like, why would we be subjected to government control? People have agendas. Government is corrupt.
Yeah.
And the billionaire is like, no, I think we should listen to what my government friends have to say.
Whoa. Shoot,
you know what I mean?
Yo, that's
but it's
true.
like, yeah, I think that as far as like Steve Rogers kind of like defending Bucky, it was like kind of like I was on the other side because I was like fucking gay. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No. But I think like it's like if you look at all the context of all the Captain America movies that led up to it, I feel like generally it's kind of framed for you to be on Captain America's side.
Yeah.
But if you like kind of like take a step back and you kind of look at it like
It's his movie,
top down. Yeah, if you look at it kind of top down, you're like, okay, well, you know, we're understanding Tony, but like I feel like Tony's whole motivation throughout the whole film was so guilt centered.
Yeah.
It was like very much like the woman who told him that, you know, her son died and everything. So it's like he feels very personally guilty about everything. So he's just kind of like, we have to make this like giant decision that's going to affect all of us. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like I was definitely a team Cap in that scenario. So, but that's the Civil War you're referring to, right? MCU Civil War.
Yeah.
I would be on Captain America's side, I think.
Yeah. So
what about you?
You wouldn't shoot Abraham Lincoln. Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Yo, the Marvel Civil War, dog. What are you talking about, dude? The hell, dude?
Wait.
First of all, is that even a question? No, but yeah, I'd be Captain America's side. What about it? What about you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you would be a kind of an asshole to not pick Captain America's side, right?
Yeah.
But also, Tony Stark has a great point. Like, Bucky killed both of his parents in cold blood.
Yeah. He should be allowed to fight him for it.
Yeah.
100%.
Why is Steve Rogers trying to stop him for that?
Yeah, this is a crazy like
we all just glazed like past that. Wait, what? We passed
grazed.
Grazed. No, I'm
past
saying like,
we grazed past that.
We went past that.
Sure, yeah, that's better. No, but yeah, so this is a weird thing. Is like, because there's so much killing in the MCU, we're just letting fucking Bucky just run around still, like be the Winter Soldier. Because like in DC, and not in the DC movies, because none of that shit even makes any fucking sense. Mm-hmm. But like comics wise, and like maybe in like the cartoons and stuff, it's like there's no killing, right? Like the heroes don't kill. So it's like if killing happens, it becomes this like big point of contention, which is like what created like the Injustice series was that. I don't want to. I mean, I can spoil it. It doesn't fucking matter.
This is a point.
Anyway, so Superman, the Joker manipulates Superman into killing Lois Lane. Essentially, he uses Scarecrow's toxin to trick Superman into seeing Doomsday. Yeah. Carries Doomsday up into the space, but it's actually Lois Lane the whole time, and she's pregnant. Yeah. So this is a big like. Obviously, Superman's gonna lose his shit. This is what kicks off the whole Justice series. Is he goes and kills the Joker, and so it's like. He should have killed him. Like, right? Like, it fucking. Yeah. But because it's in that universe where killing is wrong, it becomes this whole conflict with Batman where Batman, the dumbass who's let Joker live this long for fucking. Because. Wait. Batman's a fucking idiot. Like, wait. You know what I mean?
You just said that in that universe, killing is wrong. Making it seem like it's okay to kill on this.
No, in comparison to Marvel, because they've like. It's become so saturated with killing. Like all the heroes kill other people.
No,
everyone's just fucking murdering people.
What? Where?
All the fucking time.
No,
murdering is always happening.
That's like literally Captain America's whole thing is they don't try not to kill people.
Nah, he done kills some fools, 100%. Dude, he's throwing people off boats in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
those guys are dead.
They swim.
No, he's throwing people off buildings, dead.
I don't know that that's accurate.
I think in Marvel the heroes kill. That's 100% definitely something that happens. So the comparison that I'm trying to make is that so then they justify that when Bucky kills his parents because he was mind controlled or whatever, it's okay. Like you're just gonna let him.
Okay, you know what? I take back my point because now we say if you were mind controlled, you're not as guilty as if you did it out of your own free will.
Yeah.
So Tony Stark was being a baby. Suck it up, dude. He was mind controlled.
Yeah. So you take it back.
Yeah, I switch up.
All right.
I'm gonna switch up. Tony,
Yeah.
make your own parents again. You're a millionaire. You're a genius.
He did in the hologram thing. That Jake Gyllenhaal fucking what's his name? Mysterio turned into like a giant like fucking sand like beast or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, with those little drones, dude.
Yeah. Did you read the comic Civil War?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because in the comic Civil War, the big thing that like makes it serious is that Peter Parker like shows his like secret identity. Because Peter Parker's biggest, greatest like. Maybe not superpower, but like one of his big attributes is that he always stays
Spider-Man
anonymous.
Right.
Like nobody knows his secret identity.
Yeah.
And so in the comics, like the big thing that he's like on Tony Stark's side,
okay,
which is that like the government should know who we are.
Yeah.
They should they should have more intel onto us. And so Spider-Man being on his side, he like rips off the mask, tells people that he's Peter Parker, and that's like the big like thing that kicks it off. And then the thing that makes people stop is that one of the superheroes dies.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Anyways, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Nerd out a little bit right there.
Yeah, dude, like that's crazy that it was like such a. It wasn't hidden like in the actual movies. It was just like he was fucking introducing himself as Peter to all the other heroes and everything like that. Because I guess he was a part of a giant conflict pretty quick into his presence in the MCU and everything, right? He was in the Infinity War and everything. But it's gonna be interesting now, like what kind of movies that they're gonna make now that people have forgotten about it. Now he can suddenly have his secret identity back and be this like neighborhood Spider-Man. So it's like you could literally make a whole new trilogy out of it. Yeah. And I think that I should play Hobgoblin.
You think so?
I think I want to play, but is Hobgoblin? So this is what I don't know: is Hobgoblin not?
Hobgoblin is just a regular goblin, but like juiced up.
Okay, so it's not always the son of. Oh, okay.
Not always.
What's the character's name again? Fuck, I'm not making a good case for myself to play him if I don't even know who he is.
Norman Osborn.
His son, Harry Osborn. I feel like I should be Harry Osborn. I think they can probably make that a brown person.
You could be.
That's definitely an easy, like, change the race character.
You could be
Harry
Osjeet.
No.
You couldn't be Harry
There's brown guys named Harry.
Yeah, but not Osborn.
Okay, I took my white father's last name. Yeah, I could be mixed. I look mixed. I'm light skinned.
What are we doing? Stop it. Stop changing the races of people.
Dude, I just want to be a fucking famous actor, and none of these...
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of the MCU.
Yeah.
The Marvel needs to make better brown heroes.
This is my case for me becoming Harry
No,
Osborn.
just write some cool brown heroes.
Dude, maybe I just want to be friends with Tom Holland. Maybe I just want to hang out with him and have like a cool dynamic.
Can I tell you something?
A press tour together.
Can I tell you something?
Imagine me at the chemistry, me and Tom Holland press tour. That'd be sick.
Yeah, he would be very uncomfortable if you saying gay things towards him.
Maybe if you were on a press tour with him, I'm very comfortable around other straight men.
But that good looking? Come on now.
Dude. He's not that good looking. Whatever.
He's like famous for being.
All right, this is getting too gay. We're turning this off.
All right.
What did you say he's famous for?
Being good looking.
Oh, I think it's being gay. It's like, you're going to be famous for being gay, dude.
Didn't he do a gay movie?
Oh, yeah, he did, actually. So there's a chance.
This has been Chocolate Cowboys.
Yeah, Chocolate Cowboys.
It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast where the good times always last. So grab your white monster and watch them ponder. It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast. A couple of buddies who think they're funny. Are they brothers? Or do they have feelings for each other? It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast.